Hey everyone, welcome. Rabid here with Rabid Mining, and today we're going to look at why you should not be building a mining rig in 2021 for Ethereum. The main key points here is EIP-1559 as well as the Ice Age, which is both set to release in July. So we're going to look at that. You are going to know what these mean for you as miners and why you should not be building a mining rig. First thing we're going to look at here is 1559 and what it means for Ethereum mining. Now we're just going to do some quick examples here. 1559 is supposed to burn the gas fees that miners are paid out. So pretty much leaving us with only the block reward, which is 2. And at that point, they said there's also a small tip. So we'll just try to run some different numbers to see what that kind of gives us. But they say a small tip. But right now we're just going to do the base fee and then we'll try that tip and see what it looks like. But I'm going with 500 mega hash just to make a nice even number. So half a gigahash, which is about 83060 Ti's. Now this is best scenario because these are totally efficient cards. So we're running at about 1040 watts. And if we calculate this today, right now with the profits, and even though they're down a little bit what they have been, we're making $39.54 USD after power. So that's with paying for our power. Now we're going to look at Etherscan, which only has the block reward in it. So same numbers, 500 mega hash, 1040 watts at 10 cents kilowatt hour. We're going to calculate. Now this does not have the gas fees in it, keep in mind. And now we're down to $20.82. So that's a 50% profit drop. Now that is quite a bit, especially some people betting big on these numbers. So don't go out and buy a rig for this purpose. Profitability changes every day, but this is not the reasons why you shouldn't buy a mining rig. Network difficulty is constantly going up. So like 3 months ago, 500 mega hash was probably making you, like, we'll just look at the number here. So 0.03 per day. So you're probably making 0.05 per day 4 months ago. So as more people start mining, the difficulty and hash rate goes up, and that brings your profits down. So you need to add more cards just to make the same amount of Ethereum as you were a couple months ago, and it's going to keep dropping. But anyway, we're going to look into what could possibly tips be. Alright, so we're going to jump into Ethereum here, and as you can see, our block reward is 3.86. That's because it's our block reward plus the gas fees, and this is just an estimate. This could be yesterday's profit. What to mine is sometimes off by a day or two. You never know if it's 100% accurate, so never go by these numbers and bet your life on it. And we're going to enable here the block reward. That way we can change our block reward and see what we're getting at. So we're going to swap this down to just 2. We're going to calculate. Now we're down to 21.75, which is pretty close to what we're getting here, 20.82. So like $1 off, 90 cents or some. Mathematicians, you can make that precise if you want, but you know, it's about $1 off, we'll just say. Now let's guess 25% block reward. Now I don't know which way the burn fee we're going to see the tip on. A lot of people are just guessing 25%. So if it's 25% of the block reward, then that would just be, you'd add 50. So 0.25 would be your block reward. That would put us up to around $27.81. A lot. Okay, we're still there. So that's slightly higher than with just the standard block, obviously. But now, are they going to give us the percentage based on the gas fee that they burned? That I am not 100% sure how that's going to play out. So we're just basing it off these numbers. Now, another big thing that's going to come into play is the Ice Age. Now, we're going to look at the Ice Age here. And a quick sum of the Ice Age is they pretty much put a countdown timer on the whole Ethereum blockchain till it'll come to a halt and to implement Ethereum 2.0. So if Ethereum 2.0 is not ready, Ethereum could go crashing down and no transaction will be made on it. Now stay tuned and I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that. Here we have the Ice Age, and if you're not sure what the Ice Age is or you've never heard about it and it's the first time you're hearing about it, well, here we go. So how does it work? So Ethereum's active main network, Ethereum 1, confirms transactions by proof of work or mining. This is what we do as miners. This means computing power is used to confirm transactions. The process involves solving problems that is consume this computing power to validate transactions. After a series of transactions are validated, after some a collection of transactions called a block is published to the network. Block time is how long it takes to publish a block. So our rewards are coming from every time our pool finds a block, and it's split between all of us based on our hash rate and everything. So the difficulty determines how fast these problems are solved and how fast these blocks are published. If there's an increase in miners, mining power, and the difficulty adjusts, intending to reach a specific block time, currently around 13 to 15 seconds. So you're always going to find a block. The time is set at 13 to 15 seconds. So as more miners come on, obviously there's more hash rate, and that block time will speed up. So you'll be finding blocks faster. But the difficulty increases to make up for it, so it stays at this 13 to 15 second time, making it harder and harder to find shares and blocks. So that is why a lot of people are starting to see less profits as the hash rate and difficulty goes up, because it's harder and harder to find those blocks. There's more people, a lot more competition going on. Now with this difficulty bomb, every 100,000 blocks, the difficulty is artificially bumped. So it doesn't matter if there's hash rate coming on. We're going to have more and more hash rate coming up. Or people could be dropping off after EIP because it's set to come at the same time. But let's just say hash rate still keeps coming on, or it just stays and nobody goes anymore. So this is an artificial difficulty increase. So since the mechanism is targeted for a specific block time still exists, the mechanism fights against the difficulty bomb, keeping it hidden. At first, these increases aren't noticeable, but once they are, block times increase problematically. Eventually, block times will get so long that the network halts to a stop and it gradually freezes. So what that means is right now we're at 13 to 15 seconds. So when this starts coming into play every 100,000 blocks, this is going to turn to like 15 to 17 seconds, 20 to 25, and so on, up and up and up until it's like 1 minute, 2 minutes. A block, that's going to slow the whole Ethereum network down. Transactions aren't going to be going through if blocks aren't found. So if you're getting to like 5 minute, 10 minute block times, your profits are dramatically coming down. Everyone's fighting to get that block. So if you find one block every 5 minutes, 10 minutes between everybody, and you're not the pool that get it, you got to wait for your next part. And hopefully you find that block. But anyway, so transactions are going to slow down. It's going to take forever to move Ethereum across the network. Blocks are going to get longer and longer and longer to find until eventually it just stops. There's no more blocks being found at all. The difficulty is too high. And that brings into this mechanism here for Ethereum 2.0. So what I'm reading here in the fine print, which is not listed, is they put like a countdown on Ethereum 2.0. Their blocks are going to be getting longer and longer and longer until eventually you cannot find them. And at that time, Ethereum 2.0 has to be put in place, or even before that, because if it starts taking too long, people are not going to be using Ethereum anymore. So they got to have Ethereum 2.0 ready to go, or Ethereum will just die and crumble to the ground. There won't be anymore. Okay, so I just wanted to go some of the block numbers based on every 100,000, how the difficulty will go up. So how long is that? So based on 13 to 15 seconds. So at the 13 second mark, you're finding 4.61 blocks per minute, 276 blocks an hour, 6,638 blocks a day, which works out at the 13, if you're finding them every 13 seconds, that is 15, every 15 days, that difficulty is going to go up. Now at 15 seconds, we're finding 4 blocks per minute, 240 per hour, 5,760 per day, and 17 days to hit that $100,000 or 100,000 block mark to increase it. So based on this, every 15 to 17 days, that block reward or the difficulty is going to go up, increasing the block time found. So that's almost twice a month. You're going to be finding blocks less and less and less till eventually the whole network just crashes. Okay, I just wanted to point out one little clip here actually that was quite interesting, how Ethereum devs are pretty much forcing you to do what they want and not do it by choice. So take a quick listen to this as part of this call.
I just don't like, just from a kind of policy standpoint, trying to use difficulty bomb as a forcing function to get people to agree with the change that we think is best for them. Like if they want to agree it's a good change for them, then they should join us willingly and voluntarily, not because they have to.
Okay, noted. Peter?
I would just like to say that the point of the difficulty bomb is to force people. I mean, that was its original goal. We can debate whether it's good or bad, but I mean, let's not kid anyone. That's the goal of it.
All right, everyone. So for a quick sum up, why you should not be building a mining rig in 2021 is Ethereum profits are about to drop quite a bit, and those are based on price. Now, Ethereum has been downtrending. In a couple months' time, it could be back down to $300. Who knows? Or it could go higher. We have no idea. But you got EIP coming in. It's burning the transaction fees, the gas fees, and miners are not going to see it. Users on the network, they're still going to be paying high gas fees. They just burning it all, so miners cannot make more income. They're dropping off the miners. Trying to transition into Ethereum 2.0, which is set for about a year or two away. We don't know for sure, but it could be coming quite soon. Other things, obviously, GPU prices are through the roof. People are selling their cars. People are taking out loans, trying to buy rigs, and just don't do that. You're FOMOing in, and FOMO, if you're unaware, is fear of missing out. Do not be spending money you can't afford to lose. So, yeah, don't be going out there. You will not be ROIing or take a very long ROI in the time. If you're still building rigs for Ravencoin or Conflux or whatever else, then it's all right. But for Ethereum mining, don't be taking out massive loans and just buying rigs up if you cannot afford to do it. What else do we have out there? The difficulty, the Ice Age coming out. That's another thing that's going to be dropping your profits dramatically over time. It's just set to increase block times found. So blocks are going to be found slower and slower and slower. So on top of reduced fees on top of the gas, you're going to be finding the same rewards slower and slower. So everything is just leading Ethereum mining to be pretty much dying right off by the time Ethereum 2 hits, which we already knew that. Ethereum 2 was coming. We won't be able to mine it at that point. But you guys out there that are just buying rigs like crazy, just don't do it. It's too expensive. It costs way too much. Like, it's nuts. Like $1,000 for a 3060, $1,500 for a 3060. Insane. You're not going to ROI those, especially with these incoming changes. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys on the next one, and Rabid out.